Hello, Zay Automotive Reviews. Today we have the 2021 Ford Bronco Sport, and Car Buzz is taking it out on the first drive review. The 2021 Bronco Sport, the all-new escape vehicle. Now, if common internet knowledge is to be believed, the ultimate off-roader is a body-on-frame vehicle with a big engine. However, this is no one-size-fit-all solution, and some vehicles manufacturers have figured that out. The full-size body-on-frame Ford Bronco is coming, but before it does, its smaller unibody chassis crossover sibling is going on sale, and Ford believes it will be the bigger seller than a full-size SUV. The Bronco Sports come with either an efficient 1.5-liter or a 2.0-liter turbocharged engine, a small footprint but a roomy cabin, and serious off-road chops. That means the Bronco Sport should make up for a great daily driver, family vehicle, and something that offers plenty of capability for those seeking adventure. While the Bronco Sport shares a platform with the Ford Escape, it only comes with all-wheel drive and has a new suspension design and can be equipped with a clever twin-clutch differential and terrain management system. To show that the Bronco Sport has genuine off-road credibility, Ford sanitized some vehicles and led Car Buzz through dusty, tight technical trails in a Hungry Valley Vehicular Recreation area and north of Los Angeles in California. And this is what Car Buzz had to say about the 2021 Ford Bronco and how it's a good SUV. The exterior design got a 10 out of 10. The performance got a 7 out of 10. And fuel economy got an 8 out of 10. The interior and cargo space got 9 out of 10. The infotainment and features got a 9 out of 10. And reliability got a 9 out of 10. And safety, 9 out of 10. And value for the money, 9 out of 10. And it scored a Buzz code of 8.8. So the Ford Bronco Sport models come in the base, which is $26,660, which is a 1.5-liter turbo inline 3. And this is gas 8-speed automatic. And then the Big Ben, which is a 1.5-liter turbo 3 gas and 8-speed automatic too. And it's 4-wheel drive. 4-wheel drive is on all of these vehicles. And the Outer Banks being a 1.5-liter turbo inline 3 with an 8-speed automatic. And the Badlands being a 2.0-liter turbo 4 and a 8-speed automatic. And of course it's gas, and that comes in at $32,660. And then you got the Badlands First Edition, which is a 2.0-liter turbo inline gas, which is come in at $38,160. So now let's dig into this. Let's dig into the Bronco and see what it's all about. Now the exterior design, pint-sized Bronco style. Ford knows it's onto a winner with the Bronco distinctive retro-themed front grille and light design. The Bronco Sport is a condensed and cuter take on the overall styling. And the styling at the back is not as strong as the front, as you can see. However, boy, it's got some great off-road capabilities. The Bronco Sport is condensed, of course. The boxy look is practical as well, meaning the cabin can make as much use of the small footprint as possible. Ground clearance is 8.8 inches, and the Bronco Sport short overhangs allow decent approach angle and up to 30.4 inches on the Badlands in the first edition models, with the optional 28-inch ATV tires and an excellent departure angle of 33.1 degrees in the same configuration. Lesser models are still impressive, with about 7.9 inches of clearance and an approach and departure angle of 21.7 and 30.4 degrees, respectively. So the exterior design is awesome on this Bronco Sport. Let's take a look at some of these. Now the engine performance in miles per gallon is more than adequate power. Old school off-road enthusiasts will balk at the idea of a 3-cylinder engine, but Ford-based turbocharged 1.5-liter EcoBoost engine makes 181 horsepower and 190 pound-feet of torque. Now it delivers power through an 8-speed automatic transmission and doesn't feel under power at all. In fact, it's a peppy engine and propels the Bronco Sport around enthusiastically. on the road, and it picks up speed quickly and cruises confidently off-road. The torque is useful and comes on tap early, enough to get up steep hills and out of trouble spots, and consuming only 26 miles per gallon combined is an impressive feat. The optional turbocharged 2.0-liter four-cylinder offers 245 horsepower and 275 pound-feet of torque, making it the more athletic choice for those tackling more rugged trails, while fuel economy only takes a minor knock at 23 miles per gallon, and that's combined. Now, when I say combined, I mean city, highway as well. Now, on higher trims, trail control, mud ruts, and rock crawl driving modes are added to normal Eco, Sport, and Slippery. In sand, all Bronco Sport models feature disconnecting drive shafts, but the base, Big Bend, and the Outer Bank models use a single clutch rear differential unit. At the same time, the Badlands and the First Edition trims feature the 4x4 lock and torque vectoring dual clutch system with a differential lock. So you have a really, really aesthetically awesome, pleasing SUV. Now let's look at the let's look at this. This is just an awesome looking SUV, and look how it's taking that terrain, doing it in style. Awesome, folks, just straight up awesome. Now, driving impression is that it's very velvety. Now, car buzz spend time on the normal roads and freeways with the Bronco Sport, but enough to appreciate the willing engine and a relaxing ride from the suspension. However, the main focus of the day was about getting the Bronco Sport onto the trails, starting with the twisty and dusty medium difficulty trail, then onto the Black Diamond Challenge, the finishing off in a sandy, bendy trail where you could pick up speed, which sounds quite terrific, folks. And this is just straight up awesomeness, folks. Just look at that. It's got a great profile, and from the back, it looks nice. Small but capable. Now, it wasn't long before Car Buzz was negotiating steepy cambered bends with steep drops on one side and sheer walls on the other. Now, the lower center of gravity and supple suspension gave them confidence, and in the challenging twists and sharp pointed hills, you can appreciate the amount of visibility that was available. Now, in sand mode, it helped them get up through the dusty and sandy parts of the trail without even flinching. The available trail control function works well at all low speeds, and the low speed cruise control was also nice, becoming particularly useful on steep downhill sections where it gently manipulated the brakes. Venturing into a shallowly rutted area between 7.8 and 8.8 inches of ground clearance and similar suspension travel allowed them to have fun cutting across them in exactly the way they shouldn't, which was definitely nice. You got to get in some trouble. What an awesome SUV. I mean, just check it out. I love that color. I believe that's the Area 51 color because it has that blue-gray type of look. Now, the Bronco really showed its chops on the steepy and slippery rocks section. It requires some delicate footwork on the brakes and a good spotter. With the rocks twisted in the suspension and the grit and stone, and it set the Car Buzz rider on the back side, trying to get into the position to take photographs. It was actually very, very treacherous. You can see them with the cameras on the side over here. They said it was a very, very treacherous experience and treacherous obstacles. The brake control was progressive and grippy, while the throttle control was linear and easy to modulate. As a result, all the Bronco Sports on the trip made it down in sure-footed safety and with nobody sliding, catching a rock, or rolling over, which is just straight up fantastic, folks. Check it out. Again, I tell you, that is so much fun. If you go out and you do that in that Bronco Sport, you're going to have a blast. It's going to be a fun time. The Bronco definitely does it. Now, the final section involved the sand and the ruts, but this was just awesome. Just look at that lift. Just look at that. And the all-wheel drive system, its plentiful torque, popped the Bronco off the line with gusto. And on the twisty S-turns, on the mixture of the hard and dusty track and deeper sand section, the Bronco Sport acts with rear wheel bias and works to keep the momentum going. Let's take a look at the interior. An interior offered rugged comfort. Now, the Bronco Sport interior balances itself between rugged utility and creature comfort. There's plenty of little storage spaces to keep items out of the way and from bouncing around when the going gets tough. The dashboard is shallow, giving more breathing space in the cabin and housing an 8-inch Sync 3 infotainment system that comes with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. The base model is basic but comfortable, and moving up the trim levels open up features such as heated leather seats, a 10-speaker Bang & Olufsen sound system, a 6.5-inch digital instrument screen, a power moonroof, and rubberized floors. And you'll need that from getting all the dirt and stuff, on the floor. The seating is comfortable, and there's enough room for 2 adults to be relaxed in the back and use the 36.9 inches of leg room. Let's check out that back seat, folks, which is straight up awesome. The driving position is upright, and the forward view is excellent for when terrain starts getting tricky. Now, the upper trim levels get a front view camera, which helps even more in tight spots. So this is particularly awesome. Now let's check out that trunk space. Well, look at that. You got the cup holders, you got the visors, you got the all of the computer systems up here, for the safety systems and the semi-autonomous driving and everything else. It's just awesome, folks. This is fantastic. And you got a place to also hide your goodies. Hide anything. Hide your guns, your weapons, everything else you can hide underneath the seat. You can also hide your wet clothing and stuff. Anything that you get wet and wild, you can put it down there. And that way you keep safely dry. Now let's check out the trunk and cargo space. Now, being an adventure vehicle, the Bronco Sport needs to be versatile and capacious. Maximum cargo space is generous enough to drop in 2 mountain bikes with the rear seat, of course, down. On a weekend camping gear for a well-prepared standard model comes with 32.5 cubic feet of storage space. And behind the rear seats, while the models equipped with a 2.0-liter engines have 29.4 cubic feet. Drop those seats and you unlock 65.2 to 60.6 cubic feet, respectively. Although equipping a sunroof diminishes the 60.1 cubic inches on the 2.0-liter model. Ford is also bragging that the Bronco Sport comes to market with over 100 factory-backed and aftermarket accessories, including 4 lifestyle accessory bundles for snow sports enthusiasts, water sport enthusiasts, cyclists, our dedicated campers. Now, these include the Akama rooftop tent and the numerous racks and carriers to clip onto the standard roof rails. What an awesome SUV! And the verdict that Car Buzz made was that it's an adventurous package. There are plenty of small crossovers around that boast all-wheel drive and off-road ability on the market, but few can tackle much more than a dirt track or a mile hiking trail. The Bronco Sport is a real deal and knows its market. Off-road, its compact footprint, and outright ability makes for an agile and competent vehicle. When things get rough, it is all someone wants to do is go off-roading. The Bronco Sport is an option, but it will have limitations for the hardcore enthusiasts. For those that seek adventure and have the destination in mind, the Bronco Sport will serve them well. It will reach that out-of-way hiking spot, bike trail, riverbank, or ski slope. What's more, it will do it with a level of comfort that means you won't reach far-flung destinations feeling like you've been beaten up. The Bronco Sport manages to be off-road ready but comfortable, where competitors can leave passengers feeling like they've been tossed around in a tin can. It's an agile SUV and rugged, and its finesse and its style will go with it and makes it a complete package. And more importantly, it can satisfy young people who need their weekend escape vehicle. to be a daily driver as well. So overall, this is an awesome SUV, folks. And I, for one, I give it a 10 out of 10 because it just looks amazing. It's just amazing in every package. For those who don't want the straight up Bronco and they want something more downsized and they still get an adventurous spirit and adventurous soul to go out and about and just have some fun, this is the Bronco to get, folks, the Bronco Sport. AO Automotive Reviews. Thanks for watching. Remember, like, share, and subscribe.
If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more interesting videos.